the record button. I say, you ready?
I'm ready.
And let's get it rocking. Yo, what up? How's it going, man?
Hey, how's it going?
It is going well. So we're doing another deck doctor today on Gran Torino under Void. I love the name of the deck. Get off my lawn. Very, very funny.
Yeah, I thought it was really original until I read like all 65 other ones.
You know, hey, it's just an old man character. You know, that's how it works. So, anyways, let's chat about how deck doc works. This is your first deck doctor, correct?
That's right.
Okay, so basically what's going to happen is you're going to give me the elevator pitch of how your deck works. We're going to sit down and we're just going to chat about your deck and talk about the cool cards. Remember, at the end of the day, this is your deck, not mine. And so anything that you like in the deck, we can leave in. Anything you don't like, we should take out. As we just chat about it, okay? So, as you go through the elevator pitch on a separate screen, I'm going to go ahead and snag another copy of this, and I'm going to put a bunch of stuff in the sideboard. Looks like you've already got a ton of things in the sideboard that we can talk about, but I'll see if I can add anything over there. Okay. So with that, go ahead and hit me with the elevator pitch. What's going on with this Void Gran Torino deck?
So I guess a little bit of backstory is I'm pretty new to my hero. I played a lot of Magic and stuff, but Kyle Wright actually plays up at my shop, and he taught me how to play my hero.
We love that guy.
And yeah, he's a great guy. He's been helping me build the community a lot, so it's been really cool. But he plays Moneta too.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Actually, fuck that guy. Just kidding. We hate Kyle in this house.
So when he played, so he was really excited about it, and I played him a couple of times, and I mean, it just mollywopped me really bad because I was playing with Aswi. And I was like, man, I'm not going to be able to beat this deck playing the way that I normally play. So I wanted to try and do something a little bit different. And I was already pretty interested in Gran Torino. So I was thinking 5-hander, let's attack the hand. Let's give that a shot. So this is kind of what I've come up with. I've been trying to build just the best overall Gran Torino that I can. So I've been playing with the air. I've been playing with the void. I haven't really dipped into the good yet, but I'm not married to anything in this deck. It's gone through a couple of iterations, but the problem I've been having is since Gran Torino kind of debuilds himself, I've had to adjust my playstyle and try and slow down a little bit. My prime turn is no longer turn 2. It feels more like turn 3. And I'm kind of trying to figure out how to get a little more oomph out of my attacks, because if my opponent just blocks a couple and I can't get them to discard and then I'm just out of gas or I overcommit, then I'm done for. So
right. That makes total sense. Well, sorry, I'm putting in some numbers. So hit me with the attack lineup. What do you like? What do you not like about what's going on attack wise?
So I think that I'm trying to do too much.
I agree.
So I wanted to try and jam a lot of stuff in there, and with the early iterations, I've been just kind of seeing how things feel. Airstream Driver is just a really cool card. Shrapnel Cloud Release, I like the idea of like, all right, your hand's empty, I'm just going to throw a 7 damage attack at you. But also if it is blocked, it kind of like forces them to block it, and then I can turn it face down and eventually pick it back up. Mm-hmm. They can't interact with it much. Training Knife Strike, obviously just awesome. Void discard. Off guard punch, same thing. But then with the hardened package with like hardened jab, hardened pummel, hardened chop, which I've kind of swapped between these and then hardened frenzy to just try and build a little bit more, since I feel a little uncomfortable debuilding, but I'm kind of adjusting to it and just learning to play a little bit slower. Mm-hmm. Coming from Aswi, I can turn 2 with 4 of the right foundations, and you cannot do that with Gran Torino.
True. Yeah.
And then Tape Swing, just because it's a fantastic attack, but yeah, that's kind of my thought process so far. I played with the kick package a little bit, but I haven't been married to that either.
Okay, that's fair. This list looks incredibly similar to the Zero deck list I just put out on my channel. Really focusing on Training Knife Strike, Off Guard Punch inside of Zero to discard your hand, and then Tape Swing, Hardened Pummel to finish them off. And I think Torino plays this package just as well. The biggest thing you got to realize is that in Torino, these are just like mid as hell, or they're just slow as hell, right? They're really slow.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been running into.
Yeah, and so he just gets to auto block this. If your goal is to beat Kyle Wright, this is the deck. and the symbol to do it. And I've just put in a bunch of cards that just like absolutely mollywop him. So first and foremost, if you play 4 of this card, Mineta can't win.
I like those words in that order.
They lose. They lose. And this is the spice of like here. So I'm gonna pretend I'm not live, right? Ready backspace? In Vegas, I'm either playing Todoroki 2 because it can just out aggro Mineta, or I'm playing Sero, sideboarding into one of these characters that just 4x's Blood Curdle, because I just won't lose to a Mineta. It's just not possible. It's not possible.
So this is the tech I need.
This is it. In addition to that, you can also play Eraserhead, which is essentially just a more active, slightly harder to play Blood Curdle. And so you could play both Blood Curdle and Eraserhead, and we're already mainboarding Erases, or they're sideboarded maybe? Sideboarded, I think you had 2 of them in sideboard.
Yeah, I was considering bringing those in.
And basically what this says is, yo, you don't get to stuff my card pool. You don't get to put my speed down to 0. You don't get to draw a bonus card. You get to play with the cards that you get. I'm a 6 hand size, 19 health character that always has a 1 mid block with -2 or +2 speed. And you are a 5 hand size character that actually has to correctly hold blocks on my turn. And so, like, this character just beats Mineta 2. This card just beats Mineta 2. And so, like, there are some what's their plan? Just beats Mineta 2. There's some really easy ways under the Void symbol to just absolutely destroy that character, which is why I personally am not that worried about him, because I'm probably going to play a Void deck. Unless Todoroki 2 is fucking sweet, you know? Onto the attack package that we have. I don't like Harden Chop in this deck. I don't like it.
Okay.
I think that Harden Chop is actually, since Torino doesn't get to move it, I think there's not really a reason to play it. He gets to move Training Nice Slice. He gets to move Off Guard Punch. I understand why we're playing Jab. I don't think we need this card either. And the only reason we're playing Pummel is because it's 10 damage. We discard the cards out of their hand with these cards, and then we punish them with Pummels and Airstream Drivers to actually kill them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thought with Jab was that theoretically I could play Jab and then pick up whatever was face down a little bit quicker, not having to discard or commit Gran Torino. But yeah, it's very mid and it's felt not great. But I also like the one high block. But yeah, I'm not married to anything. Whatever you think we should change, I'm totally down for it.
I didn't really look attack-wise at anything that was crazy. I think what actually needs to happen is we just need to shore up more of what we got going on. I actually really like Tape Swing in this deck. The only issue is because of how Torino works, he does say, after your charge for your kick attack is blocked, build it face down committed, period. It doesn't say after it resolves. So that means that if this Tape Swing is blocked for the partial, and you respond to Torino to clear your card pool, you don't get the damage through. And that's my biggest issue with Torino, and it's the reason that I personally like Sero over Torino. Torino's better at the discard plan. Sero says that if you partial block me, not only do I draw 2 bonus cards to keep in the game, but then I also like still do my damage. And so like there's that. The best card in your deck is Airstream Driver. This is the best card in your deck. And I think Shrapnel Cloud Release is really cool. And it feels really good versus Mineta, but they're just going to hold a high block and just punish you for a 7 damage move. We should just play Driver anyways.
Okay.
As soon as we hit them with the Blood Curdle, they're no longer allowed to block the things. And when they have to block the things, Airstream Driver is just a 9 damage bomb that just demolishes them. There's nothing they can do about it. Actually, nothing they can do about it.
I like it.
Yeah. So I would cut this card. This is a lame common. And this is a cool ultra rare, and so we're gonna play the shiny ones. This card's just too good. I totally get playing this. Let me go look actually at our attack lineup options one more time. I'm gonna click Void, Attack, go. Let's go see if we can find some high blocks that matter. We could play Double Jab Pummel. That card's insane in Torino. We could play Mentor Legacy is a cool card. Binding Cloth Capture is a cool card. Expert Flurry is a cool card. That one doesn't move, though, because it's not ranged. We could just play Recipro Burst as another bomb. Yeah. So, like, we could play this one. We could... How married are you to Tape Swing?
I'm not at all. That's actually a very recent addition.
Okay. I think that card's very risky for the thing that you're saying of like you're having an issue with building. You're saying, oh, my building is not doing that great. I think having options to like checking a 2 on your opening turn, you have to respect it, and so that means you have to play interesting, weird, different lines. So like the options that we have here are for high blocks to replace this jab, is we have double jab pummel, which feels amazing in Torino because if they block it, you get like the most value ever, right? Draw 2, discard 2, and then build 1, and then build it down, and you can pick it up whenever you want it. Its only issue is it combos with charge, so it combos with 1, 2, 3 cards, unless we find another charge to put in. The other option is a Binding Cloth Capture. This card is exceptionally good with Erases main boarded. This card is exceptionally good with Blood Curdles main boarded. It says, yo, after I play this, it seals the foundation so that they can't draw more cards. And it says that if I've played a combo ability, which is like a little tough in the current lineup, but you could find. I know I've got a buddy, I'm sure you've heard of Barrett Bryant. I'm sure Kyle talks about him all the time. He's currently playing a Void Eraserhead that's doing this pretty much exact same thing. And I'm pretty sure you can see a match of that on the VOD yesterday, or it'll be up on YouTube later. But I think this card is also really cool. And the other option is just, player Zipper Burst, kill him. Like, you're probably going to get a lot of momentum because people don't want to block these cards anyways, right? Or if they are blocked, you get them back. So like it is truly a good damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like beautiful Void synergy. So like just snag a bunch of momentum and then, kick him in the teeth. Or I guess kick him in the shins. This is a low attack. And so at this point, like this is really kind of just like your choice, your option of like what do you think could replace this jab? Because I don't think that jab is what's going to be there. I think this card actually slows down your game plan.
Okay, so I mean, I've got the bursts on hand, so that works for me.
Okay, I like burst. Yeah, we'll put burst up to a 3F, and then we got burst here, and jab is gone. And even if it's just like a burst poke, right? Yeah. I'm down for the burst poke. I'm going to commit all of my small and limbers that I've built in order to make it really fast. I hit the stun. I spend my 1 momentum, and now it's essentially got the bonus damage as well. Or hell, even give it the EX. It does happen to get blocked. I'll blow up one of my flip calling for backups and then build it down. I can go pick it up whenever I have my 4 momentum later. I'm down for that, right? I'll just sit in my stage and be chill. Hardened Chop, I get why it's in here. I think it's actually just better to either play 2 more Hardened Pummel or the real spice, Rebound Sidekick. I think this card.
The Rebound Sidekick actually
cool.
was in the deck, and I played it a couple of times, and I wasn't really feeling it, and so I pulled it out. But I'm open to trying it again.
So the reason this card is so good is if you have 2 of these, Rebound Sidekick and Hardened Pummel. If they have 3 cards in their hand, they're taking 10. They just are, right? Because like you sling the knife, and then it gets blocked. They discard a card. You sling the Rebound Sidekick, it gets blocked. It goes to momentum. We don't care about it, right? And then you sling Hardened Guard. It gets blocked. It doesn't. Whatever. Well, now I've got the momentum already for the thing, or I got the momentum for the burst if I needed to, right? Or I got the momentum for Airstream Driver to seal another card on their stage. Right? I think this card's just better than everything Chop's got going on. And you never have to... This card clears your card pool without having your... without destroying that foundation. And then accidentally, it's -2 damage, right? Like, it's just like, hey, here's 2 health I don't have to deal with. Because this card either goes to your momentum or it goes to your momentum. Those are the 2 options for this card when it's done over the turn. True. He either deals damage or they had to DR it so much on a flash move, right? You can play around things like resistance, right? Just play this one first. Be chill with it. It's going to deal 4. Yeah. I like this card a lot. But at the same time, like, Chop is pound for pound the better card, the better rare. But I personally have not enjoyed Chop whenever I made my Gran Torino version 1 of this deck.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's doing a lot of the same thing with the... If it is blocked, discard a card. I think I'm just pushing too much of that same direction, so I'm totally down to take it out for the kick.
I'm in. And they're going to block this card, and you're going to hit them with a pummel, with a hardened pummel, and they're gonna feel like big dummy heads. The other option that you have if you don't like the rebound sidekick is I would actually just straight up replace it with just double grasping tape toss. It's good deadlock pressure, which if you happen to get into the void mirror, that's where you're going. You're going to deadlock. You're both gonna be playing at 16, 15 foundations, and you have to leverage that deadlock ability, which is why we're playing things like Tiaki, which is why we're playing things like, where's your Fruits of Our Labor?
It is not there. It's in the sideboard because it needs to go in.
I love that. Hey, that's the words I wanted to hear. His card needs to go in.
Yep.
Yeah. We gotta play deadlock stuff because that's just what the void symbol does. It just wants to play 1,000 foundations, and we have no foundations that like destroy a different foundation. So we just need to be comfortable playing in that zone. On to the foundations. Yeah, first and foremost, I think this attack lineup looks fine. We do have to play a little bit heavier of a deck, so we're gonna push this up to like 66 because we are playing 22 attacks, including 4 2s. And you can totally put Sero in the sideboard, and you're gonna feel great with this card. This card's gonna be money.
Yeah, that was something I wanted to ask too about just sideboarding Sero or another character just for that weird matchup, because I'm not really sure yet what Gran Torino's weird matchup is.
Yeah,
but he did not feel great against Shigaraki.
He just accidentally has 6 hand size problems, right? Like 6 hand size characters are like that middle ground of like, yo, I've got health, but I got hand size. And sometimes they just like draw a little awkward, right? Where 5 hand size characters, you look at your hand, you're like, I know what I'm doing this turn. I drew 4 attacks in my 5 hand size character, I'm swinging. If you draw 4 attacks in a 6 hand size character, it's like I could build 2 pass and feel comfortable with it. 5 hand size characters can do that. As a 7 hand size character, build 3 pass. That's a great turn, right? Like you have way more options, but way less health to work with. Sometimes you just get 6 hand sized. That's his biggest downfall. Other sideboard options you have is just Eraserhead, like I said, and I'm gonna just have you mainboard 2 Blood Curdle because we hate Kyle, right? We got that, and we could mainboard like 1 or 2 Erase.
Yeah, I think we're gonna end up playing this Thursday at our local, just kind of casual play, and then this Saturday is our first monthly tournament. So I'm expecting him to bring Mineta.
Yes, as you should. He certainly will. Okay, on to foundations. Let's talk about the ones that you like and you don't like. Is there anything in this list that just like stands out? That like is good, bad, and different.
Fusions felt weird. I like that it works against my opponent's attack and it just slows them down. But
card's bad. I'm glad you said you didn't like it.
Okay, yeah, 'cause I was trying to make it work. I pulled a couple and I was just like, but I've been kind of unimpressed with it each time. Lineage felt good. Well, Lineage felt okay. That was a recent add too. There's a couple of random ways to add damage, but I haven't really felt the synergies yet, and I think it's probably just due to a lack of playing it.
Mm-hmm. So the big thing here is Heroic Lineage on our turn. We always get to trigger off of a small number because we give the thing +1 speed. We then get to respond with Lineage before it gets the damage off small number, and then it gets the +1 damage. And so that is neat. That's interesting. The most important thing here is it lets us block something. They give damage. We'll give it minus speed.
Yeah.
I don't think we need 4 tape. We might be able to play 4 tape now because we've got the erases, but I think that actually playing triple tape, and we want 4 calling for backup because we want cards in our hand to build. We want to be able to build as much as we can, and having this face down card on our turn on offense as flow means that we're allowed to an easy choice to destroy to build these cards down. Whereas this is a more defensive card where we can put the extra one in the sideboard. Same thing with like Manly Passionate guys. Like it's a 4 of. I think it has to be a 4 of in Void decks. I think you have to do that so that you are allowed to like block and build things down. But there you go. How do you feel about first impressions?
At first I was really excited about it because I like that damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, all right, the first attack's got, it's now an 8 damage attack. If you block it, it's going to suck. If you don't block it, it's going to suck. Right. And the next one gets +3. But I'm also, I haven't been super impressed with it because it's only the first enhance.
Right. This card is sick on Tape Swing. And that's it.
Yeah.
And that's it. Every other card in our deck, we could not give a shit about first impressions. Yes, it is for sure going to force a block on Knife Strike. They're going to let me build this down. How cool. but I flipped a card for it. Like, it's fine. It makes this an actual fast move, but they're probably just going to block it too. So then I destroy my committed Knife Strides or another foundation to try and build another one. It's fine.
Yeah. And I feel like it's very similar to Unexpected Hero. It sort of just does the same thing. So I feel like there's a lot of overlap there, but at least Unexpected Hero lets me draw a card whenever I force them to discard.
And Unexpected Hero, you can triple up. If you find all 3 of these on your board and they go to no cards in hand, this Hardened Pummel does not do 10 damage. This Hardened Pummel does 19 damage. And that kills people, right? So, like, you just build this stage of all these Unexpected Heroes, and then with these cards plus Gran Torino plus Tiaki Fanatic stopping your opponent from drawing bonus cards, this just kills whoever's there. Here's plus 9 damage on a thing. I don't care how slow it is. It's got minus 9 speed. You don't have any cards. Who cares? You can't block. Right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know, the only way this card gets punished is something like Spooky. And it does flip this attack, gets minus speed, so you then get to block something. Yeah. Okay. Maybe don't use it on Reciproburst until, you know, you did the thing, but...
yeah.
Confuse is good, Small Lumber is good. I think First Impressions is not a good card, man. I think if you were playing a throw deck, like if you were playing a throw void deck, I'm in, right? Like we 4x the tape swings, we 4x the everything else. I think I'm down. I think First Impressions in like a good All Might, where like a good All Might 2, his first enhance is give this thing plus 3 damage, and then I'll pay my 2 life to give this another 3 damage. I'll discard top 4 for another 2 damage. I'll continue to... Oh, you blocked my throw? All right, my next throw is going to be even faster. Okay, here, catch another one. I think that's where it gets value, but not here. I want to toss it. I just put in 2 Fruits of Our Labors mainboarded because card pool stuffing is going to be everywhere. Hey, you want to beat Kyle?
Yep.
2 cards out of your card pool, huh?
There you go.
Hey. Where we at stats wise? I think we're at 65. We're allowed to toss in 1 more card minimum. This feels good. Where do we have looking block zone wise? Looks like we want another high block in here. And so the options are maybe like Night Watch or Mediator are good options. I really like Night Watch. If you actually want to go to just ruin Moneta 2, Confused is the answer. It's just the best choice. But Night Watch
I
is
like
like
it for pull and throw and disrupting, but
Right.
Night Watch seems good now that we've got a couple of actions.
Right. Yeah. Night Watch is good at that one of because we've got 4 here. Right? As we check them, it just is like, yo, you don't get to give this attack throw. It's like essentially like another copy of Confused. You don't get to Sticky Balls me. No, you don't get to put that card in my card pool. I'll Night Watch you. I'll destroy my foundation as I have a clean card pool. That's totally fine.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I like Sticky. I like a Night Watch as well in this slot. So here's the #1 issue with Void at the moment. This is literally the only 0 diff that exists in the Void symbol. Also block zones. Hold on, just checking. Okay, we're fine. We're a little light on mids here, but I think it makes up for we got a bunch of mids here too. Okay, yeah, we're fine. This is the only 0 diff that exists in our deck, and we are playing 2 checks. This is the only issue that Void has as a symbol, playing 2s. We only have 2 zeros in our deck. If you feel like you are not being able to build out enough on turn 1, maybe cut 1 fruit down, maybe cut 1 training with Gunhead, maybe go to the sideboard. Honestly, maybe Small Lumber ends up being a 3 diff, or 3 of, not a 4 of, and you put in the 2 gotchas just so you can try and build a little more.
Yeah, I'm totally down with that.
Yeah, I think you should run the deck as is for the next week and wait for the not this weekend but next weekend. You said the Bigs event.
It's this weekend, yeah.
It's this weekend. Okay, so maybe hang out at locals, try this list, and if you still feel like if on average you're not building 3 foundations because you're checking bad on that 3rd card, play the gotchas to make it safe, right? Play it on a 2, on a 1, on a on a 2, on a 2, on a 2 because you played a 2, then a 1, then a 0. This is just where we get to be safe and play the gotchas.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Void's gonna get another 0 diff in set 3, and we're all gonna pop off, and Void's gonna be amazing. But one day.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. any questions? Anything that you in here that you vehemently disagree with?
No, I honestly really like it. I knew that I felt like I was missing a couple of things, and I feel like we've kind of cleaned it up. I wasn't really sure about just the hardened jabs and stuff, but I think that we found good replacements for it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Once again, if you don't end up not liking Rebound Sidekick again, just switch it out for the throw. For whatever that card is. Grasping. It's just good deadlock pressure as well. Just like, it just feels good. It's a good ass card.
yeah, I'm tempted to just sideboard that one, just at a 2 of.
Fair. Fair. All right, man. Well, let me send you this list. Thank you for the support over on Patreon. I greatly appreciate it. And we will catch you next time, okay?
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate this, and I really appreciate all the content you put out. It's really awesome.
Well, you're very welcome. It is truly my pleasure. We'll catch you next time, okay?
Cool. See ya.
Peace.